So this is quite like a funny little story, in that this door was one of the first pieces taken off this van, because it covered that kind of area. That panel there used to be down here, and it took up this entire space, and this door covered it. And this door has got the build number, which I'm obviously disguising. It's got the build number and all the details of inspection and build date and everything taken off. I don't want to leave it in the vehicle, so what I'm actually going to do is spin it round. I'm going to put it on the end there, cut it down to size, and that's going to be the top kind of side to the final bit of the shelving that's going to go across there. So it came from there, and I'm going to put it there, so it's almost in its original position too. And yeah, that's just a bit of irony to the build, really. So the fridge works by pulling in cool air, rises up, hot air goes there. It basically has these fins, and really it wants air to come out of here, but obviously our sliding door comes over and covers this. Now the second part is that it also gets really hot even if you're driving down the motorway, so the airflow just really isn't that good. So that's where this comes in, which is just a PC fan, and I just want to put that there, and I just want to suck the air out. Now what I don't want to do is have it facing the road, because as you can see from here, plenty of dirt gets in there. So I've seen people install it on the back of the grills, but you know, those grills, they get really dirty, so I don't want to install mine there. I'll install mine there. So go through the side there with the wire, and yeah, see how we go. As you know, I fitted the fan to help with cooling of the fridge, because the hot air kind of sits around this area, and I'm trying to blow it out of this top vent. Now I found this tube inside the fridge when we bought the van, and that basically brings that exhaust gas there, so it vents better. So just in case you've never fitted or removed or replaced these, they clip in that side, so that end there clips into there. Like that. And this end, when you push it in, you'll see that little plastic lug come through. As long as that plastic lug lines up, push that down, and that's you sorted out. As you can see, we're getting close now. The back of the van really is 99% done. Just need to put the bed and everything in there. However, I am me, and I like to test everything. Obviously there's no point putting the bed in there without kind of thoroughly testing things and giving me the ability to move around and do all that, so the bed goes in last. So today is the perfect day for testing. Now it wasn't but a couple of days ago it was about 30 odd degrees, and today it is 14 degrees. So yeah, perfect day for testing. I can make sure the heating's working, the hot water's working. I can go around and test all the electrical sockets. I'm going to plug it in as well to the electrics in the house and make sure that all works, and basically make sure there's no water leaks anywhere, make sure there's no gas emissions leaks or anything like that, while I've still got access to everywhere to test it all. So that's the van connected. Electrics are connected, but nothing's actually powered on in the van right now. I just wanted to make sure we weren't tripping fuses or anything like that, so that's all right. So the next phase now is going to try and switch on the water boiler, and then we're going to test the sockets in the van, and test the fridge and that in the van as well, and ultimately plug something in to the van to check that one socket that I've put in there as well. Three lights, correct. So that's wired in to that. Right now it's plugged into the house on the 240 volt. So I have a display down there at the moment, if we can switch that on, and that's showing 12.9 volts. So you see that, 12.9 volts. So if I switch on the charger, get a nice light on there, say it's on, So this Sergeant system I'm going to cover in a separate video, but ultimately in there is a 12 volt charger, so it means that when you run hookup you can charge your leisure batteries. So if we look at that now, that's 13.3, and if I switch that off just to confirm, there you go, 13, and it's dropping. Right, so we definitely know that that's charging as well. So I want to make sure that we are on electric 2. I want to make sure that the hot water is on hot. I'm going to put the temperature inside. I'm going to put it to 21, and I'm going to put the fan on high. So we're on full electric. We've got the hot water to hot, and also we are heating up the van as well with the hot water, and obviously that's then telling us, that little symbol there is that we are actually hooked up to electric as well. So that's its peak reading, 8.7 amps and just over 2 kilowatts. So that's the heating on full, hot water on full, and the fridge on full, and I'm also charging my battery for my little portable jet wash as well. So in the spirit of testing things, we'll come back 2 hours later. This is obviously just to finish the electrical bits of test and water and stuff like that. So we obviously left it on 21, and the temperature now inside is 21. So let's just check the hot water. Oh yeah, piping hot. So that's us now checked the full electrical system. Let's just check on our battery, 13.8 on the battery. So that's probably fully charged now. And what's the fridge down to? Now the fridge is down to -1. So the inverter is now wired in permanently to all the 240 volt sockets around the van. So a good way to test it is plug the battery charger in, and there we go, 240 volts. So that's really going over everything electrical wise with the van. So the fridge temperature has dropped, it's now 13 degrees. So the fridge temperature's gone up, sorry, because I've had the door open. So what I need to do now is close the door, turn it on to gas, like that, turn it on full, hold that in, press that until it shows on there. There we go. Press that in a bit longer, and that's it. So the fridge is now lit, and now what we're going to do is keep monitoring it to see how quickly that temperature comes down. So remember, on electric before it got down to -1, so let's see what happens now with the gas on. Now to help it out again, I am going to put that fan on, because that does suck the warm air out the back of the fridge, so that's assisting the cooling, that's fine. And now as you can see, the mains power isn't on, nothing's being charged. What I'm going to do now is flick everything over to gas, so that then we can do a gas test to make sure we've got no gas leaks anywhere like that. So I've had the doors open as well, so that the temperature inside the van will drop, which does hopefully mean that this system will kick in much quicker. So let's see. Yeah, nice hot air from there, so that's good. Strangely enough, the hot water and the blow air heating system are far more efficient on gas than they are electric, so that is lovely and warm now, whereas before in electric it was okay. So that's one thing, definitely, even on the 10 amp electric, it's nowhere near as warm as it gets with the gas on. And the same with the fridge. The fridge gets the temperature far faster via gas than it does electric. So I'm happy to report all gas and electric and water tests after I've made all the modifications are fine. Everything still works perfectly. In fact, you could argue some things work even better. For example, the exhaust outlet at the side now from the trimmer system, that's chucking out a lot more kind of air with more force than it ever used to, because it's now sealed. So yeah, very happy with that. Everything's working fine. The fridge is working so much better. Now the exhaust on its side is now flued to the correct place, and the little fan that I placed on the back really does help keep that thing really cool. In fact, if you turn the fan off, it goes up by about 3 degrees. So yeah, I have to remember to use that fan when it obviously gets warmer outside. I think the temperature today hasn't really got above 24. Yes, it's about 24 degrees that the fridge starts to struggle to keep temperature, whereas at the moment it's on minus 0.9, so -1, and that's what it got earlier today as well, being on electric. So perfectly happy with that at this temperature. So I think we're almost there now, you know. There are a few finishing touches, but have a bed which is lower, which also allows proper access to the back door handle this time, bonus, to proper access to fix rear lights if we need to, bonus. And then inside there we've got electrical system access, heating pipe up over there, obviously the same lights and everything underneath the bed. We've got electrical systems, easier access to everything there now, including the isolation systems and stuff like that. Some USB sockets and 12-volt socket at the back, so easy to charge things, stuff like that. A heater outlet here that obviously gives heat to the back door area. We've got an inspection panel in there that's easy removable, mainly to access the water valve there, so it drops the water from the trimmer system. So that goes there, and that's obviously the storage area. So now we can get 4 of those boxes there, so that's that sorted out, so that's easier. We can get one of those there, this, which is like a little drawer system from IKEA, fabric drawers. We can also get them in here and under there if we wanted to. Like I say, stacking boxes here. We've got the chairs, outdoor table, fire pit and all that, which we can get in up over the top box pit there and down there. So it's all sorted out so that the storage area is actually slightly increased, mainly because this open area at the back here is easy to fit all sorts of different weird and wonderful items in. So that makes it easier to, you know, carry things like, you know, wood and stuff like that if we need to. But ultimately, you know, it's getting rid of the stupid kind of system that was still on the top there with all the slats and everything like that, which wasn't great. Reducing the height of these a little bit, so that's a little bit better as well. Obviously the bed is now sorted out, and so that Mandy doesn't fall out of bed, all the slats are now screwed down. So that's the van sorted out now. It's been 5 weeks, can you believe it? I have basically gone from the back doors all the way to the cab, and done insulation, sound deadening, secondary door seals and all that kind of stuff. There are going to be separate videos covering each of those kind of things in more detail. There's also a video, if you look out for my wiring for the Sergeant system and how I've incorporated my wiring within that, the trimmer system, and everything about the trimmer system and the heating and stuff like that. And yeah, what we're probably going to do, rather than show you all the little bits and everything else and try and give you an overview, this video is probably long enough anyway now, showing you what I've done for the last 5 weeks. So we're going to do a van tour, so give us a month or something like that, we'll do a van tour, and then at least then you'll get to see everything in its finer details, how it looks now, with a little explanation of, you know, why each thing is that way. But yeah, I think I have worked my blinking socks off for the last 5 weeks, and very, very, very happy with what we've ended up with. Little changes, but little changes that have made big differences. So thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and like I say, any questions or anything like that, ask in the comment section down below. If you've got any questions about auto fail, or what did I do to get around all the problems on the floor, or anything like that specifically, if you don't think that was covered in the video, ask down below. But please be aware, for legal reasons, I can't say everything that I perhaps would want to say on this channel. The way they build their van is as you've seen on the video, and that's as much as I can really say. And that was the whole idea of making a video, is to show you it for real without any kind of like, you know, words coming out of my mouth. So I hope you appreciate that. Till next time, see you again, bye.